An extensive effort is underway to secure Washington, D.C. ahead of Inauguration Day, with at least 20,000 members of the National Guard set to be deployed at the nation's capital. Law enforcement authorities have said extremists might use firearms and explosives, with online calls to rally in cities across the country starting on Sunday. Joining us now, Director of Talent and External Relations for the Biden Inaugural Committee, Adrienne Elrod, who's been working on this all along. Adrienne, just first of all, security concerns, and given the fact that the city has to be locked down and safe, and given the fact that the Capitol was rioted just a week ago, it'll look different, won't it?
Oh, absolutely, Mika. I mean, look, you've got to keep in mind that there have been security teams that have been working on this inauguration for over a year, well before anybody knew who the president-elect was going to be. The United States Secret Service has been. So we have the full faith and confidence in the security teams that have been working on this, and that this will be the safest inauguration that we've ever seen.
So who will be some of the performers and the speakers, and actually how will it be executed given the security concerns?
Well, Mika, as you know, I came on the show a couple weeks ago and talked about the fact that this is going to be a largely virtual event where you can watch everything that we are doing over the 3-day period from the comfort of your home, in your pajamas if you want to. That is still the case. And so we have put together a 3-day slate of really incredible events. You can go to bideninaugural.org, see the full list of all the events. We just announced this morning, actually, about 10 minutes ago, Mika, that we are holding a concert called Celebrating America. Tom Hanks is going to be hosting this concert. Bruce Springsteen will be performing. Eva Longoria, Kerry Washington will be speaking. The Foo Fighters, Justin Timberlake, and Ant Clemens. We've got an amazing slate of performers, John Legend. But, you know, at the same time, we're going to be honoring some of those American everyday heroes who you don't always see making the headlines, but who have been the ones on the front line of this pandemic, keeping people safe, putting their own lives at risk to administer vaccinations and to treat patients with COVID. So we're going to be highlighting those everyday heroes and their resiliency and the fact that they really kept this country going during this pandemic as part of this 3-day period.
All right, Gene Robinson has the next question. Gene.
Adrienne, how big an actual crowd, in-person crowd, do we expect for the inauguration? Has a final decision been made to essentially close the National Mall to the general public? And will it be basically the invited dignitaries, or who's going to be there?
Well, good morning, Gene. Great to see you. And excellent question. I'm so glad you asked that. You know, we've been saying all along, since we announced this inauguration, that we want to make sure that the footprint in Washington is very, very minimal. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We certainly don't want to create a super spreader event. Making sure that the American people are safe has been a priority for the president-elect since, you know, the beginning of this pandemic during his campaign. So we will have a very small footprint at the Capitol where he will be sworn in. You know, you will see members of Congress. You will see, you know, members of his family, the Supreme Court, some other, you know, key members of the incoming Biden-Harris White House. But it's going to be a very small footprint. As you also probably saw, Gene, we announced that Lady Gaga will be giving the national anthem. Jennifer Lopez will also be performing, but all of this can be seen on television. Every primetime network is going to be carrying this. They're going to be carrying events throughout the day. The concert that we just announced this morning, Celebrating America, they will also be covering that starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 20th. So I'm telling you, you don't want to be anywhere else but your home on January 20th. That's the best place to watch all of these inaugural festivities.
The Washington Examiner's David Drucker's with us, Adrienne, and he has a question for you. David.
David.
Adrienne, hey, Adrienne, it's good to see you. Normally, there is a sort of tradition about the president-elect's movements right before inauguration, where the president-elect will arrive at the White House, will then move from the White House with the outgoing president down to the Capitol, and then afterwards we'll convene with lawmakers at a luncheon. And I'm wondering if, given both the issues with the outgoing president and virus concerns, what we can expect to see as a part of this pomp and circumstance with the president-elect both leading up to the ceremony of inauguration and immediately after.
Yeah, well, again, great question. You know, we will be announcing more on this in the coming days. You can go to our website and see the TikTok of the events that will be happening. But we've made it very clear since the beginning, safety is our top priority. That is something the president-elect has said many, many times.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.